Oh, the Crab King, you really are the toadstool of the sea. But unlike the toadstool fight, yours is somehow unique, boring, and difficult all at the same bloody time. And it's why we've done our best to find the greatest cheese around, from surrounding you with weeds, to stinging you with bees. And heck, technically speaking, what we're doing here today was already done to you 2 years ago too. The thing is, however, we never truly committed to the idea of munching the guy to death alone, and that's a problem. So let's fix that straight away too, as if you're looking to take down the Crab King, you've likely got a decent sense of what the heck is going on in this game, especially towards the end of it. So having located and set up the arena and your army, the only remaining question is just how well said army will do. And the answer is quite well, actually. As long as you yourself stay on top of what you yourself need to do, that is. For you see, while stationary, the Crab King can still have a major impact on your boat, the bunnies themselves, and you with his geyser attacks, claws, and freezing abilities. So to help mitigate two of those things, I recommend 3 to 4 ice staffs to cancel them outright. If you see his claws, freeze them. 6 blasts, and you're golden. Now, if you see the claws that rise from the water, then you best be ready to juggle a ton of tasks at the end of the day. You will have to manage boat health, so bring boards or boat repair kits too, and use them when he's not casting. You will obviously have to kill the claws as soon as possible, otherwise they will continuously damage the boat, and you will have to stop whatever cast the king is doing through it all. Now that might sound like a lot, and it is, but if you go step by step in stopping his casts, killing the claws, and repairing the boat, you should be good. Take your time here. The Bunnymen should be doing all the work, and will melt him with ease. But what about Beardlords' beard? Should we go the extra mile to net more damage per second from our minion armies here? That's a great question, friend, and a pretty worthy thought. However, the answer might surprise you. No, you should not. First of all, you will need to be below 40% of your maximum sanity at all times in order to get Beardlords in general, which means the potential to go insane, which means terror claws on the water on top of everything else that we just mentioned. Plus, given how your army will now be rapidly draining your sanity themselves, the chances for that are increased, meaning you will likely need some sanity foods to help counter it all. Secondly, and this shocked me as well, they're not exactly any better than their normal selves. Yeah, sure, Beardlords deal 60 damage per bite over 40, but each of my fights here today ended in roughly the same time as the other, give or take mere seconds, if that. Both fights went smoothly, and both had the exact same amount of bunnies too, so it's not like there are any other variables to point to. Trust me, I was expecting more too. Just stick to the normal hoppers. But hold up, Beard. What gems did you use? I never know which ones are best at the end of the day. Yes. Mine is Pearl's Pearl, which counts as 3 of each gem. I always socket the rest of the slots with purple gems if I can manage it. And why is that, you ask? It's simple. If purple gems make it to where the Crab King can create more geysers per cast, and the attack itself is one that can be straight up cancelled, then why the heck am I going to bother with anything else? As you can see, some of the other gems are going to make this Crab King fight insanely challenging, so there are no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Use purple gems. But before we go today, I'd like to reiterate a couple things while also making your search for the Crab King a little easier. Yes, again, for the methods we have seen today to work with either real friends or in-game ones, you will be needing 3 to 4 ice staffs just to be safe. But if you don't have real friends and have to do exactly what you got shown here today, then your obvious destination is in the caves that will hopefully also house a couple Bunnymen villages. Do note that green mush tree forests also generate these from time to time in the event your sunken forests aren't, so there you go. Wherever the case may be, I recommend you wait till morning to smash and grab all the rabbit hutch loot you can to help avoid dealing with full villages at one time. Good luck. But be sure to save some of it for dealing with Pearl, as obtaining her actual Pearl through her friendship quest can occasionally be a pain. However, it is optional at the end of the day. And lastly, yes, Weber and Wartox players can indeed take part in this method too, just as long as they're wearing a clever disguise. have fun. But you know what is never fun? Actually finding the guy. So to truly end things, let us talk how involved the process can be, even beyond blindly sailing the seas in search of him. We can start the journey via activating the ancient archives with the use of a third and final iridescent gem that's obtained via deconstructing the Mooncaller staff that's created via a moonstone event, of course. So if we do so, and then find a toilet with blue water in it down here, we can flush the thing, and a distilled knowledge will be ours. We can then take it to the ancient orchestrina within the archives, solve the resulting puzzle, read the blueprint we get for doing so, and with our new astral detectors here, the hunt is finally on. These devices help us locate celestial altar pieces by literally pointing us in the proper direction of them, and once you find the two celestial sanctum pieces, then the ultimate prize can potentially be yours. Well, just as long as you've already mined the inviting formations on the lunar island, of course, as the astral detectors can also detect these too. But do all of that, and finally, the things will be able to tell us where the Crab King is, even if Pearl's Pearl is not socketed yet. Yes, it's a whole bloody thing. And yes, I am very sorry. But perhaps not as sorry as actually forgetting to talk about the loot up until editing this video, so let us fire through this all quick. If you've socketed the pearl and have a pinching winch, the final celestial altar piece will also be yours to help kickstart the lunar endgame. The king drops 3 to 7 barnacles that aren't great alone, as you can see, but go into a number of respectable dishes like stuffed fish heads, barnacle pitas, barnacle nigiri, and barnacle linguine, and finally, a blueprint for the Strident Trident will be yours as well, meaning a solid ocean-based melee weapon can be yours if you do so choose to use it. However, casting it while sailing to help mine sea formations, blast fish, and mobs for up to 80 damage each, and to uproot kelp is typically the better option. Enjoy. But even after all that, I think you understand why no one likes this fight. Now don't get me wrong, it's cool and rewarding. However, once you go through having to find it, I don't think you're gonna want anything more than just to end it all as swiftly as possible. Hence, the Bunnymen method, everyone. Thanks for watching. Well wishes to all. Thanks for a crab dinner for 60, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.